But ass.
What is good, Chad? How are we doing today? Welcome to another show. Listen, Chad, looks like we're not done. Looks like we are not done. And what I'm talking about, chat, I am talking about Turtle Boy Saga because we're back at it again. It seems like MTR has finally come out and put the final nail in the receipt coffin. And honestly, I'm glad we're done with this. We're done with this. But the receipts, it's actually way worse than we originally imagined. There is a child. Matter of fact, MTR posts receipts of said child on there. So I mean, what this means, it means a lot for a lot of different reasons. Mainly is you guys, a bunch of y'all Pookie Defense Force that came out and supported this dude, talking about he didn't do anything wrong. Oh, he this, that. He's a good man. He's a good plumber, this, that, and the third. You literally, you got exposed. Like now it is, it's undeniable. You guys are supporting a deadbeat daddy. But yet y'all want to rag on single mamas all day. But prop up guys that don't even want to see their kid or take responsibility by paying child support. I mean, a lot of this stuff just expose the double standards that's in these pill popping space, and how a lot of dudes, when they come out here talking about these said issues that affect them, they're not wanting for equality or really wanting things to change, right? They just want to sit there and pedestalize a guy to shove it in the face of women for the like little get backs type shit, right? That's essentially what it is. Because if it was about fairness and what do you call it, getting to the truth, a lot of these pill poppers and their influencers would have a lot more things accomplished, not only just online, but in the real world, helping men move throughout the legal systems or the family court systems or everything like that. But now I'm starting to understand why a lot of y'all niggas don't even want to help your fellow men in the real world. Because a lot of y'all don't even want to be paying child support to begin with or want anything to do with responsibilities for your children. It's just coming up online and just pretending like you want that to be the case, right? And it's been exposed. A lot of you dudes that have been making the yap in this black manosphere space for years, talking about how horrible these single women are, these modern women, how some of y'all even of the passport bro category. I'm talking to you, Dennis Furlong, Blizzard Man, Dairy Queen, Blizzard Man, passport bro, king in chief. All right, listen, y'all want to go get your passports because Western women are so toxic and bad, but you're not talking about the guys who are ruining it for everybody else. Now, here's the other reason why we got to talk about this is because a lot of things that black people talk about in the black men media or manosphere space here, right, is how the image is, how our image is ruined by mainstream media society, and how black women actually contribute to the destruction of the black male image. At least, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. That's some of the rhetoric I've been hearing, right? Let's bring back our media. Oh, these women can say this and do this and get away with it. But look at the women on The View, Duke. You're not going to call them out. But we got to talk about Aaron. Why can't we just have this one? Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, y'all really going to prop up a fucking deadbeat? Really? You're going to prop up a deadbeat? You're going to prop up a deadbeat and then point the women on The View saying, well, they can say whatever they want. That's not how that works. Because then people will look at you and say, okay, well, your cause is just as crazy as these women are sounding. Because if you guys are willing to support a guy who beats women with proven evidence, he doesn't want to take care of his kids, he's a lying, manipulative dude that has no problems being petty and coming up in your house and cutting up your pipes and all that shit like that, and you want to prop that up, okay, listen, it's a wrap, son. It really is, because it proves the hypocrisy. A lot of men, if y'all were real, y'all will look at that stuff and say, nah, fam, that's not how that rolls. You either pay a child support or ain't nobody supporting you. But you see a bunch of guys come in here supporting this. It's crazy. So now at least the people who've been supporting these guys, it's been dwindling, but they still have the little corners of these spaces. MTR finally dropped the hammer on this. Shout out to where he got the receipts from, because it was crazy. He got the kids' face and everything, and we about to play all of that shit, and the kid looks just like him, bro. Hey, bro, you can't deny that that ain't your kid. He looked just like you, bro. That is your son, spitting image of you. And it's just sad because we have another young black man potentially who's going to be ruined in society because his daddy don't want to pay child support or be involved in the kid's life, or better yet, go get some therapy so he can be a reformed man instead of out here trying to make money on GoFundMe and do all these little fake things that aren't really set in stone. Like, bro, instead of doing free work for white women on social media, go take care of your black son. How about that? Let's stop the fucking cycle where it's at, because I don't care how much good or how good you say you are. You got a son out there that you actively dodging states to avoid while trying to do free shit for white women. The fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, go and all y'all niggas support this shit. The fuck is wrong with y'all? That's all I gotta say about that. Because, like, even just seeing this video with MTR, first of all, like, MTR, okay, I don't know why he even decided to do this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, chat. I had no idea why he decided to come out and drop this. I mean, he did take a hiatus, but he came back and, you know, he decided to drop this hammer. And you know what? It's the gift that keeps on giving. I'm not gonna complain about it, because it's just like, wow, more of the same shit that we already thought. Who would have known? So shout out to you, chat. Let's go ahead and get to the video. But before we get to all that, chat, don't forget to get the like button. Hit that like button below the screen and officially be a sponsor of today's show. Shout out to you guys. Y'all are everywhere right now. Some of y'all all over the place. I appreciate y'all being here. So please go ahead and utilize that time by sponsoring this show. And the easiest way to do it is just hitting that like button below the screen. Shout out to y'all. Let's go ahead and get this going.
And there's been some things that have come to my attention that absolutely need to be addressed. But admittedly, I've been out the loop for a little while. I was celebrating my birthday this past weekend with my family, and I made it a mission to turn off all of my internet to be present with them. But the current narrative of the Pop the Balloon story has gotten so out of hand that it's necessary that I address it. So I'm here to set the record straight. So let's get active. But before we get started, let me just address this right now. This guy does not deserve an apology. See, there's a lot of information that you guys don't know. Previous to distancing myself from him, I confirmed that he lied to me numerous times, not only reducing his credibility towards me, but then also that he is not this reformed member of society, but still an active alleged criminal deviant and alleged deadbeat father. But ensure that you watch the entirety of this video so that you can have all of the proper evidence, receipts, as well as context, so that you have the proper understanding of the true narrative, the real narrative.
Yep. No, that's true. And the thing is, MTR, like, I gotta ask too. We gotta talk about it, because it's not just MTR. A lot of you other content creators that fell for this hook, line, sinker is crazy to me. All right, why is it that it took y'all almost a month to figure out what we already picked up in literally a video, a second of us watching the video of him interacting with people? We knew what was up. right? Why did he take y'all bozos a whole month to figure this shit out? It didn't even have to be drug out into this massive saga, multi-story Netflix episode that we got going on over here. It didn't have to be that, but it became that way because y'all let y'all biases clouds your judgment, and you're paying for it right now, okay? You're going to pay for it by trying to come out there and doing your best to try to get out the right truth and the facts, but ultimately, this is what happens because, again, you can't say that you don't have access to resources to look this shit up, right? It's not even the resource part, but, like, you don't have basic intuition to just look at this and say, somebody's selling me crap here. I don't like it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people are just built different. They can spot bullshit from a mile away and they don't need to step all over it to realize they're fucked, right? I don't know. I just think that some people function differently, and other people, they just want to wade through the bullshit until they're all fucking covered to their necks, right? And then they're going to figure out how to want to dig themselves out of the mess, but it's like, it's too late, right? It is what it is. So again, I don't know why it took you guys that long to figure it out. And then you can't help when other people start speculating, because MTR's a smart guy. He's got an MBA. He's a businessman. He's not an idiot, right? So he definitely gets things. So people are going to speculate, well, I mean, was this a business move, non-business move? How could we not spot this? And to be fair, MTR, we talked about this. He said that he didn't know, right? He was just trying to be fair, get a benefit of the doubt, a fair interview. Personally, I think it's a mix of both things, right? I think that he also has pressure from his audience base, not all of them, like the half of it that loves that pill popping shit he does, because we can't deny he caters to pill poppers. We can't deny that, okay? But that half that he used to cater to, or still cater to, we don't know. All right, they're the ones that were pressuring to, because you saw how they put the pressure on everybody else in other channels to, stop talking about this man. He's a good man. Y'all got the facts wrong. They'd go in everybody's chat, tell them the whole random L's that, they didn't realize that they'd be carrying in the end. Right. So again, he probably felt that pressure from those bozos that were overwhelming the chat, that were going everywhere, until the evidence that was coming out on this bozo was so overwhelming. You would literally start looking like a dweeb just trying to defend it. Like, honestly, the only way you can keep defending this at this point is if you're an actual abuser or a toxic female yourself. That's just it, right? Because we're not going to forget, some of these women were hopping on a bandwagon too. So we just got to assume that that's what it is. Because if y'all can't see this, there's no hope for you or your kids. Being real.
Because there's a lot of information out there that is just untrue. But before I get into all of that, let me provide a brief synopsis, because there's many people who watch me that have no idea what's going on. I recently did several videos about a guy who was on the Pop the Balloon dating show. And the story was that allegedly numerous people called into his place of business to get him fired due to how he acted on the show. He then started a GoFundMe, leveraging this story, which amounted to around $14,000 in donations. As you guys know, my channel's purpose is all about restoring power to men, and I do that in several different ways. But one of the ways is that I highlight stories about men who are going through real adversity and featuring their stories on my platform. So again, I thought that it was deplorable. I thought it was disgusting that this man was canned because of cancel culture. And I uploaded 3 videos initially to talk through this. But during those videos, I never told my audience to donate to the GoFundMe.
But Dennis Burlington, Dennis, hey, Dennis. Hey, Dennis, the Dairy Queen Blizzard King. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Hey, ain't that you in that with that post? Where do I have that file? Oh my God. I think I still have that file. It's not on this computer. I got like 2 different computers here. All right, but it's I got yo, we got that screenshot, bro. You promoted this dude GoFundMe, and then you wonder why your channel's not doing too great, huh? You wonder why people look at you and say, okay, this guy, he's definitely on something. Something wrong with him. something ain't right with this one here. It is not right. It is not well with this brother. All right. And didn't he try to do a reality show at some point? Like, how is that going? Is this part of it too? Are you smelling that reality check yet? Because a bunch of your fans, whatever was left of it, went over and gave this dude money. Okay. So are you gonna backtrack? Because you went all the way, my nigga. So what's happening? So at least that, and this is honestly what we got to say about MTR and how he basically saved his credibility, right? And shout out to Flacco, because Flacco mentioned this too. but he saved his credibility by not getting people to go on that GoFundMe, right? That was the thing that saved him because, bruh, if MTR actually went full pill popper, he went full send with it and sent his fans to that GoFundMe before the truth came out, the credibility was shot. It'd be shot. It'd be gone. Listen, bro, it'd have more, bro. He'd be done. He'd be done. But luckily, he can say, hey, I was being cautious. All right. Although the interview was a little soft, I still was being cautious to be able to ensure that I protect my audience. So in a way, he can still bounce back, and he does. He will bounce back because the fans are going to look at it and say, yeah, at least you saved us and put in protections to not, get us totally duped like the idiots that follow Dennis Spurlong, the Blizzard King. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep doing that. I'm gonna just keep doing that, bro. Like, dude, you a whole clown. Like, I can't believe that you just allowed that to happen. Issue a retraction, or like you gonna go the way of Donnie Boy, bro. Like, all y'all, this is what happened. Y'all keep playing these games thinking your audience is stupid. Yeah, they might be stupid in the time for the time being, right? Kind of like Donnie Boy was, where he was raking in all the views. He thought he could keep getting away with these lies, but what ended up happening? Eventually, the lies just kept stacking up until the whole thing fell over, and you couldn't build it back up anymore. So people don't even watch him. He's not even relevant. No matter what he tries to do, people don't even want to pay attention anymore. It's to the point we don't want to cover him because it's like, ugh, right? It's like, what's the point, right? But that's what's gonna happen to you. You keep doing all this shit. You don't take accountability for it. You keep trying to, move it on to the next thing. Eventually, people are gonna catch on. Yeah, they might love you now, but realistically, in the future, once they come to their senses, they're going to look at you and say, oh, bruh, damn, like, if it took me this long to see this, how come you didn't see it and you're supposed to be a leader? Blind leading the blind, right? And it'd be like the other people who called it out before, but that they got mud on their face early on. Eventually, they're going to be vindicated because people are like, oh, shit, we attacked you, we slandered you, but damn, y'all were right the whole time. It's better to be the first guy than to be the last guy realizing it was too late. That's just what it is, all right? Shout out to Glassy Eyes with the 5. Glassy Eyes says, you went on MTR, you didn't get very far. GoFundMe cash is barred now. Now you a single bum. Yeah. Yo, say it with me. Say it with me, chat. Say it with me, chat. You went on MTR. You thought he was your friend. Now you're a single bum. Now you're a single bum. He said, I'm going to be myself. Hey, let's play the video, bro. Hey, don't get my creative mind going right now.
But really, I focused my talking points around the injustice that this man suffered. I then decided to reach out to him to do a live stream interview with him that ended up lasting 5 hours. Now, I got a lot of criticism after interviewing him, but I wanted to give him a fair shot to tell his side of the story. There was no gotcha questions. And in fact, I reached out to him before the interview and went over the things that I wanted to talk about. Now, while I was deeply criticized for even having an interview with him, the interview itself was definitely a success in a sense of it gave me the opportunity to extract a lot of information for him that was used inevitably to poke holes into his story. But again, a little bit more on those holes a little bit later. Now, after this live stream, Abba and Preach, much larger content creators than me, made a damning video questioning the integrity of this guy. Now, I immediately went live to react to that video defending the man because I knew that regardless of his behavior on that show or his past criminal history, he still did not deserve to be fired. After that, another content creator by the name of the Queen of Accountability reached out to me to provide information that demonstrated that clearly he was being deceptive with me about his story. For example, I asked him on the 5-hour live stream, have you ever been convicted of any harm against women? Is there any stalking within your arrest record? Your warrants? Nothing?
No. No
Okay.
crimes against women, no crimes against children.
Okay. So in
You
other
know,
words, it's not adding up. Is my conclusion right
no,
here?
it's not adding up because, and obviously I'm not a good criminal because you see all the charges I get. Every time I do something, I get caught.
That
Yeah. Who knew the foreshadowing where it would end up, huh, Jack? Who knew where that shit would end up? Yeah, it looks like you're dumb. You're too stupid to get away with a lot of this stuff because you instantly got exposed. The moment you went on that show, it started with you exposing yourself, right? And then it just went downhill from there. And honestly, you deserve it. Because whatever is done in the dark will eventually become to the light, okay? You couldn't hide your sins for that long. Eventually, something in your heart caused you to spill it out. Either you were just too stupid, or you just had no choice but to admit the truth after a 5-hour-long live stream, okay? Because listen, anybody can talk for a very long time. Like, if you're not telling the truth, eventually you're gonna get exposed. That's how that shit works, okay? And in a 5-hour live stream, especially if you're not used to doing live streams, you can't be surprised if you actually get exposed yourself, because that's what you did. You came up there and told multiple lies. They played the video of your girl saying he followed me to my job in his work truck, okay? And then you saying she's a damn liar, only to admit she was telling the truth like 5 seconds later. Right? I just, bro, again, where's the common sense? And how can we get that back?
That was a lie, with charges of not only sex trafficking, but also pandering, which is like the cousin of pimping. Now, does this disprove that he was actually fired from his job? No, but it was my first indication of deception. He also lied about the knowledge of him having a son. Do you remember what he said on a live stream when I asked him about his child? Summon him.
But he actually does have a kid. He just
Okay, you got a child now?
Okay, now I'm gonna say this. For me to answer that question without destroying lives, I'm gonna say this. If I have a child out there, summon him.
Okay.
Summon him.
I like how MTR's response to that is, okay. I'll be like, wait, what you mean summon him? That don't make any sense. Sir, the way you answered that question just didn't make any sense. Do you have a kid or not? Summon him. Like, what is he, some kind of demon? You can't just summon your kid, nigga. That's your kid. What does that even mean? Like, what? My mind would be just like, bro, you got to run that back because you sound guilty as hell. I'm not gonna hold y'all, bro. If there's ever been a guilty nigga, it's you. All right, you want to revisit that statement again? But MTR's response was, okay. I guess summon him. I mean, let's see what happens, right?
I'm gonna say this. If I have a child out there, summon him.
Okay.
Summon him. Bring him here. Where's the mother? I haven't heard anything about anything in years. If there's any kids out there that people are stating that are mine, summon him and rectify that matter. Let's clear all the smoke that's out there. If there is a child out there that is mine, summon him, please. I'm a man that handles his responsibilities.
Okay.
I would love to be a father more than anything on the earth.
So it sounds like a woman accused you, or not. Yeah, a woman got pregnant and thought you might be the father.
No, it sounds like he's trying to avoid answering the question to make him sound guilty. That's how literally people would. That's a roundabout answer to get to the point that there might be a child out there. So maybe it's not a woman accusing him or whatnot. The fact that he's open and bruh, there's something more to the story at least.
All I can say is if I have a child out there, summon him.
Okay.
I don't want to destroy any families. I don't want to destroy any lives. So
okay.
In order for me to elaborate on this matter more, it would absolutely have to happen.
Okay.
So if there is a child out there that is mine, summon him.
Well, they've been trying to.
Who doesn't think that that's a guilty ass answer? Like, if you ask the straight up question, chat, just being real. If you ask the straight up question, say, hey, was your ex right about you having a kid out there? And their response was, well, if there was a kid, summon him. would that be an answer that would indicate that someone is telling the truth? Like the real answer, if you're telling the truth, is no, I don't got no kid. Like, what are you talking about? Where are you hearing this from? That not to my knowledge, no. But he said, if there is a kid, just summon him. That way I can assess to see if that's my kid. I want to know. Does he have my eyes? He kind of looked like my baby, but he might not be my baby. Where'd you get this demon from? Okay, come on, bro.
Summon this
Come
guy.
on.
His alleged son, who he has definitely met, is 8 years old. The mother has begged him to take a DNA test for the past 8 years to prove his paternity. His birth certificate shows that she named the child after him, Aaron Sloan Jr. But you know what he also shares? His entire face, including.
Damn. Oh, that's your kid, bro. This is your kid.
That big bright smile.
That looks like you. That looks exactly like you, bro.
What a beautiful boy that has to deal with being raised without a father's presence. I had no idea that as I defended him, while I utilized stories about my relationship with my father, this guy was actively avoiding taking a DNA test to prove paternity. We watched him throw money up in the club. He claimed that he has a.
Look at this. Chat, this is always like, I was always fascinated by this because I have never seen this in my life, bro. Hold up. Wait a minute. Why is he throwing money at the club and no one is paying attention to him? Everyone literally is not paying attention to him. I mean, I can't think of a bigger waste of money than that. Like, again, think about it. It's a club. Someone is throwing money, right? Unless he's throwing ones out there, right? Even though you'll still get people like, okay, somebody making it rain. I have never seen a situation where someone is literally spending money making it rain at a club and no one is paying attention. Like, bro, this is the most pathetic thing I have ever seen. It's pathetic. Like, you were really about to use people's GoFundMe for this display? Like, no one cares about you, bro. This is what I'm saying. Clubs are overrated anyways. Like, to be honest with you, but going to clubs is just weird. It's overrated, bro. It's nothing but women who are working with promoters to get dudes out there so they can overcharge you for drinks. That's what it is. Like, it's a weird thing. But look at this. I mean, you're not winning with this photo here, bro. Just blowing money on people that don't give a fuck.
100,000 in the bank. Do what's right. He also lied.
He says Aaron is in the chat. Where at? What profile is it? Is it one of his other alts? Is it one of his other alt account? Which alt account does he using this time, huh? Hey, listen, if you want, hey, hop on, weirdo. Hop on. He's not gonna do it, bro. It's probably not him. It's a troll. All right, but listen, unless he's talking shit, bro, like, you can stay in the chat. But if you're trying to talk shit, then hop on. We can square it up right now. We can square that shit up right now, bro. Summon yourself. I summon you.
About his plans for the GoFundMe money. In ridiculous fashion, he posted on his social media the evidence that the GoFundMe account that he had was locked. But underneath that post, he wrote, "Black man can't celebrate his birthday now." Really? Underneath the post that your GoFundMe account got locked? And then he writes, "How you going to tell me how to spend my money?" As if he's not obligated to spend his money for the purpose he created the GoFundMe for. So we lied about plans for the GoFundMe, but we're all expected to believe that he got fired from his job or that he had a legit job to get fired from.
Or how about this? Or how is it that 500 women call a job and we don't know the name or number? Huh? How about that? I mean, that seems pretty obvious. I'm sorry, chat. That seems like the most obvious thing I've ever heard, right? How is it that 500 women on the internet call you on your job or at your job and get you fired, but those women who are petty enough to do that aren't petty enough to dox that same job information to everybody else? It's not even doxing. If 500 people know where you work, that probably is a well-known company, right? So no one knows the name of this? That's a pretty big tell right there.
Before confirming all of these different lies, I was suspicious. Hence why I never said to donate to the GoFundMe to begin with. But at this point, now my suspicion meters are off the charts. And there's other things within that 5-hour stream that were uncovered, like, you know, when he had first tried to lie about putting the tracker into his ex-girlfriend's car after I pressed him about it.
And I was like, how did you know I was outside, right? He said, I put my extra phone tracking you in your car and I left it on record because I was expecting to record you doing something, as in cheating on me or like messing around in your car. And I was like, I was done. After that,
I have never heard of a smartphone in the car. Like, how long would a smartphone stay on? I don't, those things are going to overheat after a while. Is it true that you put a smartphone in the car and you press the record button and just threw it back in there?
No.
Okay, blatantly, she's just making that up out of thin air.
Yes, she's making that up.
He said she's making it up. And when he says later, 5 seconds later, that, oh, no, there was a cell phone. At some point, bro, y'all can't be that stupid. If 1 minute he's saying, nah, she's making all that up, and the next minute he's saying there's a cell phone, that's a sign to bail. That's a sign to just bail the whole cause. Abandon the cause. Pookie ain't it. Pookie is not it, bro. Shout out to Tony with the 5. Tony says, since 2018, Donovan Sharp kept telling young guys not to marry single mothers. Meanwhile, he did. Also, what are your thoughts on Coach EO? Is he legit? I'm not familiar with bro. I might have to go rewatch some of the content out there. Is he the one that does stuff for Rollo Tomasi? Who's that? Is it the guy with the white dude with the beard? Is that, maybe I'm not, maybe I don't know who Coach EO is. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But send me a video. So I haven't talked about dating coaches in a minute, right? Aside from Donovan Sharp, like, yeah, let me know. I don't know who Coach EO is. Real talk. Okay, maybe if I see a face, I'd probably remember. I'm not good with names. I'm really not good with names. I'm not gonna hold y'all chat. Smarkitect man with the 2, shout out to you, says, open the phone lines, let people talk to you. If we have enough time at the end of the video, yeah, for sure. Hop on.
Okay.
Come on. Let's talk about it.
A few moments later.
I'm trying to see how I can answer this. I had a phone. Man, I don't know how to answer this, honestly. I don't know how to answer this. But no,
how about you just answer with the truth, huh? How about we just do that? That's not too hard. I don't know how to answer this. How about you just tell the truth?
I didn't put no smartphone. I did have another iPhone that was in her car. I have 2 phones, okay?
Aaron.
No, listen. Let me break it down to you. I had 2 phones. One phone I do plumbing with, right? The other phone is my personal phone.
I'm to find out that one phone, once you figure out this whole saga, the real messed up part is that phone that he claims that he was doing plumbing with, that he used to stalk his next ex-girlfriend, he actually stole from his previous ex-girlfriend. So it wasn't even a work phone that was handed to him from some job. Again, we still don't know what this company is, what the number is, or what the name is that fired him, if he in fact was fired. But that phone wasn't a company-issued phone. So, in fact, he just stole his ex's girl's phone and then used this to track his new girl's phone to catch her cheating. Like, if that ain't the most brokest, most insane, stalkerish shit I have ever seen in my life, I don't know what else to say. Like, I actually legit don't know what to say. Somebody saying, Eno355, who's that? What is that? What's going on? Is that him? Is that his alt account? Is that him? Hey, hop on, bro. Hop on if that's you. Hop on. I'm gonna do the call lines later. I don't want to interfere with the show, but hop on if that's you.
I did leave the phone. I'm trying to answer this without sounding like a creep. So I'm trying to choose my words carefully, because they're gonna crucify me. So I lied to her. I told her I did an airdrop, left the phone in there, but I didn't. I don't even know how to do an airdrop. But honestly, yes, the phone location, my location was on. I know she was cheating on me and stuff, so I did. If it sounds crazy, then man, whatever.
Aaron, I appreciate you telling. Yeah. I appreciate you telling the truth.
I was in love, man. It sounded like a simp, whatever, man. I was in love. That's what.
No, that's why I know. Like, this is what we say. Some of the dudes out here that cape for this shit are the biggest simps. When they come out here and try to call other people simps, right? They'll see me compliment a woman, or when I'm talking to a woman on stage or something like that, and if I'm not screaming at her or calling her a bitch or whatnot, that's apparently simp behavior, or Duke, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. Y'all don't understand. That's how men usually would interact with a woman. Like, that's how I would interact with a woman in the real world. I'm not sitting there screaming at them. You will never find me calling a woman a bitch or anything like that to her face or anything like that. It's crazy. That's just a crazy thing, because that's not how interactions work in the real life. It may work for red pill fantasy and incel porn, but I'm sorry, bro. In the real world, you talk with people with respect. Even not even just women, even anybody that come out here, even people I've previously roasted, right? I'm not sitting there like yelling at them, screaming at them. No, we're black men. We'll have a discussion like normal people. That's what we'll do, an educated discussion, if it ends up being that way, right? Because even some people expected, like when we were talking to Tommy Sotomayor, that it should be a screaming match or whatever it is. Even though it did derail because of the chat, and it wasn't because of the conversations, we still had a cordial conversation. That's what it is. No matter what differences you have with people, if there's a dialogue to be had, then you have it in the most respectful way possible. Now, if people start to disrespect you, then fine. And I've had those too. Go look at my conversation with Queen Bitches, all right? Y'all remember Queen Bitches? Came up here trying to challenge me to a fight, but didn't want to take. Literally, I offered you a free ticket to Wisconsin, bro. A free flight to Wisconsin. Bro didn't want to take it. All right, bro. Like, how you get an all expense paid trip to come catch this hands, and you didn't want to take it. I was going to get you out of the U.S. or the U.K. and get your dumb ass over here so you can prove how strong you are. You didn't want to take the deal. That was the only time the conversation derailed. I'll admit that. But y'all, hey, Chad, if you watch that video, he came at me. He came at me. You don't challenge me to a fight and then try to run when I say yes. Like, what do you expecting me to do? Like, do you think I just talk out here on YouTube? That's what I do, bro. That's not what I do on YouTube. I get into other shit too, bro. That's just how that shit works, all right? So, again, I'm just saying, bro, listen, this situation right here, we just got to understand this for exactly what it is. Y'all out here projecting on people saying, you're simp for that, you're simp for this, you're simp for that. You will willingly prop up a dude who simps for a woman a week after meeting her. Like, who's the real weirdo out here? Or y'all looking at us, but y'all just projecting. We not you. Y'all not us. Y'all definitely not like us, bro.
What happened?
But let's get off of all of the holes that I was able to see through via my 5-hour live stream. Because at this point in the story, it gets worse, because I have evidence that he has completely misrepresented himself, not in the past before he went to jail, but now, currently, that he's not a reformed member of society that he has led us all to believe. There was a police incident report that was filed April 20th of this year, of 2024. Months before his episode on Pop the Balloon even aired, a woman accused him of sexual assault. Now, this woman actually joined the Queen of Accountability stream and recounted this assault. Her recounting it is beyond disturbing, and I'm not going to replay it right now. And guys, listen, you guys already know I am not a fan of guilty until proven innocent. But again, another piece of information as to who this person actually is and why now I'm considering distancing my brand as well as my community from him. By the way, this is not just a police incident report. The district attorney's office is currently working on pursuing charges against him. And then
going to jail. You going to jail. Oh boy. Hey, listen, bro. Listen. Hey, listen. Proud of you for doing your plumbing thing and getting as far as you did with the whole merchandise and whatnot. Oh, great job. You going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail. And listen, this is probably what he was trying to avoid, because I seem to distinctively remember during the 5-hour live stream that they did, right, where MTR, when he was talking about the GoFundMe and having him bring up proof that, he was fired. He also referenced, MTR did, he referenced the brick lady, right? And said that she was having felony charges put on her for the stunt she did. I think when MTR admitted that on that stream, That spooked him because he was like, yeah. Give me a few minutes, a few moments. I'll get back to you with it, whatever the excuse he was. But y'all remember that moment where MTR mentioned that Brick Lady was catching felonies with this? Maybe that's when he realized, oh, this is real. Oh, this is real. I just came up here a lot. Told people that I got fired and I don't have proof that I had a job. And he's already saying the last girl that went on his, or not his show, but he supported or had anything to do with him, caught a felony. Uh-oh. It's a wrap, dog. That's what I'm thinking happened. That spooked him. Because now he's saying, yeah, we gonna get you like Brick Lady, my boy. We having a district attorney look at this. And honestly, bro, I think that's the right way to go. This is how real world consequences should be applied to people who want to scam people. Realistically, this is how you hold somebody accountable. I'm actually in support of this, right? If you can get that money back to those people who lost it, all right, who they don't realize they've lost their money yet, but we're trying to help them out with that, okay? That's great because I think we did a great thing, even though I think they don't deserve it. And then if we can get him either put on child support so he can go take care of his son that is a spitting image of him, fine. But if he needs to be locked up, he needs to be locked up. That just is what it is, right? And honestly, based on how he behaves, I actually don't think he should be near his kid right now. I think he should pay child support, but I don't think he should be near his kid. The reason why is, I mean, listen, what kind of child is that kid going to grow up, or what kind of adult is that kid going to grow up to be with a father like Aaron? Huh? Let's just be honest here. What we've known about Aaron thus far, even the fact that he doesn't want to be in a kid's life, what kind of father is a guy like Aaron going to be to that son? And I'm just being honest with you. I'd rather have that boy be around good role models, good uncles that are better role models, better OGs that can teach him the right ways than for him to be around Aaron. That's the way I see it. But then y'all might be saying, oh, Duke, that's crazy, bro. How dare you say that, Duke? Come on. I'm just calling it how I see it, bro. Not every man is meant to be a dad. All right. Some people just are, they're good for fathering children, but they're not good at being dads, right? So that's why dad's got to be celebrated, because to be a dad is an incredible, monumental, just almost thankless job, right? And that doesn't get appreciated enough, right? We got a bunch of dudes out here grimy as fuck fathering children, but don't want to be dads. So again, I say if there's a dad out there that actually can see something in this young man, help develop him, because it seems like the guy who just shot the load and don't want nothing to do with it. And it's sad, bro. Like, y'all are propping this mess up. You're propping this up. Y'all saying, Duke, hold this L. I take care of my child. Like, I have 50-50 custody. You can't say shit about me, dog. Like, the moment I split with my ex, I went to court. I wasn't playing about my daughter. That's my daughter. I don't care. I would move mountains. Money ain't nothing when it comes to that. What the fuck you playing? So, again, I'm a man with that mindset. Y'all want to say cold this L, nigga not taking care of his kids? You propping him up? Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. How you won't say he's a good man? This is weird, but he not taking care of his child. And yet he's supposed to represent black man? Get the fuck out of here. This is more stereotypes that help harm our image. But then y'all talking about, oh, we look so bad in mainstream media. They all think we're deadbeat dads. Huh? I wonder why. I wonder why.
And to top all of this off, I then receive at least 7 police incident reports from the past year. Again, this is not before he got locked up. This is within the past year, since 2023, from other women that he attempted relationships with. Now, mind you, these women did not know each other before he went viral, who all claim similar allegations of abuse. The MO is something like they met, he begins to demonstrate overbearing or stalking behavior, and then when they break up, he goes ballistic. Allegations of destroying their property. And even with one girl, he allegedly removed a garbage disposal from the woman's sink out of spite. Sounds like something a petty plumber would do. With documented text messages of threats to get them fired, which is interesting because that's exactly what he said happened to him in his GoFundMe story. Also, these text messages show that he's threatening his exes with even like releasing revenge corn. Now, I'm not going to put that picture evidence on the screen for obvious reasons. But again, all of this information is on the Queen of Accountability stream. And if you want information from the source, I suggest that you go watch the content. But let me pause right here and let me just ask you guys, what would have you done if you were in my situation? You've dedicated at least 5 videos, working 15, maybe even 20 plus hours in total on a mission that you truly believe that you are supporting a man in a very unjust situation. You cross-reference what was said in a live interview, realizing that there's numerous holes in his story, putting his integrity completely in question, which in turn...
Hold up, let me hold you right there. What would I do if I was in your position? I would have called his ass out during that interview. Boom. I would have fucking French roasted his dumb ass, barbecued his... Bro, he would have been fried on that interview and would have been done with it. It would have been mauled up, tossed away. The moment we started hearing inconsistencies, it's a wrap. Because, bro, you're not about to take me with you. What the fuck? Like, what's going on here? Nah, that's not going. Yeah, we crumpling that up and then we throwing that away. That's what we'll do if we were in your situation, right? But you were in your situation. You didn't do that. And kudos to you, though. He's coming out and he's fixing all that. So that's great with more receipts. But I don't think that's a question you want to ask us, Brett, because that we were telling you that while you were doing that interview. We were telling you that as if we were in your shoes. So yeah, I'm sure if people in the comment section probably have different answers to that question. I don't know. But just tell you what my answer would be, bro, would have been done.
And puts my credibility at risk. You have evidence to support that he is not a reformed member of society. Would you continue to advocate for him? If he lied to you about all of these very important things, then it is logical that he is probably lying about other things. In fact, could he be lying about the story to begin with? Only a fool continues to believe a story that has no evidence.
Yeah, MTR is right. You're all stupid. All y'all to believe in this crap, no evidence, but believe you got evidence off of a fucking plumbing card. You're an idiot. I need $25,000. I'm not gonna hold y'all, bro. I need about 25 bands right now, bro. Like, hey, if it's that easy, hell, just give me the money. I got better ways to spend it than that, bozo. You did not see him throwing money up at the club. Nobody paying attention. I could definitely spend your money better than that. Sure, if you just giving it out, why not? Why the fuck not? Huh? Y'all are fools, and only a fool will continue to defend a deadbeat dad that grapes women. I'm sorry, bro, because that's what he did. That's what he did. There's receipts. And all of this shit happened this year. Y'all supporting this crap. You're not going to taint my image with that shit, bro. That's weird. That is a weird thing to support. I hope y'all will come into your senses because that's insane, bro, supporting this. House of Hypocrites with the 5 shot to you says, MTR did bad journalism. So once he found out he was a plumber, he brought Queen into his channel to expose his past, which Aaron said he wasn't proud of. Facts. But this is the thing, though, like, this is where, you know, you got to, because MTR has intuition, right? We all got intuition. We got gut feeling, right? We all got that. So when someone is deliberately telling you one story and in the next breath, they're telling you the opposite, come on. At some point, you're like, okay, let me just say this isn't weird, right? Or this is weird. This is, you can't say she was lying and then turn around and say she was telling the truth because that means you were lying, right? So there were just certain things you would have it would just too easy to spot and call out. But I just felt that maybe MTR was doing it on purpose where he didn't want to purposely cause issues during that live stream, right? So I'll give him that. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. All I know is there were some mad inconsistencies that would have been easily called out. I don't play games with the 5 shot to you says, is MTR cross-eyed? What makes you say that? What the Hey, yo. He says, I don't play games, says, shot for 5 says, yo, Fresh and Fit are quitting again. Wait, can we verify? Is this another Castle Club OnlyFans membership? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on here? What the fuck? Let's take a look at this. Is this another video? Oh, shit. The end of an era. Wait, hold up. They haven't even started live yet. It's supposed to be in like 9 minutes ago. Hold up. Y'all. Is this another Castle Club? What is this? So you got live stream was supposed to start 6:30. It's 6:39. Bruh, I think this is another membership upsell, bro. I don't know. Do y'all think? What do y'all think? Is this really the end? Because they did this before. I'm very wary of trusting that. But shout out to you for the 5. Well, if it is, we'll analyze the video once it comes out. That's not what the stream's all about right now. But if it is a real thing and they're quitting, okay. I mean, why are we acting like we're surprised? Let's be real, chat. Why are we acting like we're surprised? I told you their relevancy has been going down ever since the whole Daisy event. Like, it's done. Y'all are donezo, bro. It's a wrap. Some of y'all, you can keep. Listen, even I don't even like covering them no more. And I just got to tell y'all something, bro. I know. Listen, y'all look at Duke the hater or whatever it is, always talking about us. Yeah, until we just don't want to anymore. That's when y'all have a problem, not us, right? If we're these clout chasing dudes and all these different things, you would probably want to be worried if even channels like us don't even want to talk about you. That's a big problem. And we've been saying this for a minute now. Like, these guys are becoming irrelevant. Hey, sound off now. They're becoming irrelevant. Y'all are not listening. So if they're quitting, that means deep down, they're actually feeling the heat. And it makes sense because they don't have anything else other than podcasts and a few real estate properties and Fresh's dealership. Oh, y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know. My man Fresh out here slinging Lambos, bro. He a car salesman. Y'all didn't know that? Yeah, this nigga selling cars, bro. Yeah, it shit hurt that bad. It's a tough world out there. Yeah, we got all the receipts, dog. But it's like Fresh. There's no point in like exposing Fresh. It's like mainly Myron. Myron is the biggest clown out of all of them. Really, he's the one that carries the podcast. If you're sitting there bragging about your 19 real estate properties and it's not true, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
To support it. But even still, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Before I came to my final conclusion, I asked him one last time via DMs, give me at least the name of your job. Now, this was my last ditch effort for him to raise his credibility with me. I mean, shit, I could have signed an NDA saying that I wouldn't publish anything publicly, but he told me no. His most ardent defender. Now listen, to give the audience credit, y'all didn't know any of this or what was exactly going on in my mind at the time. And
no, we kind of had a few ideas. Not gonna hold you, bro. A lot of people had a few ideas. I just thought you weren't doing enough. Other people thought you were probably capping for this guy. Other people thought other things, but we had a few ideas, FTR. No, we knew. Most of us did. we all knew what was going on, bro.
And you shouldn't have. Why? Because I didn't tell you. I chose to not completely eviscerate this guy, putting him on blast because of the magnitude of his dishonesty, including his current criminal allegations. My plan was just to send everyone to the Queen of Accountability stream to receive all of the necessary information. She did the research. She deserved the credit. So at this point, again, after speaking with him one last time, I created my video distancing myself from the situation until he could produce proof that he was fired. But a mistake was in fact made. We alluded to in that video him possibly not having a license because we couldn't find evidence of it at the time. Now, the Queen of Accountability found it that next morning and posted it to her community chat page, but not a lot of people saw it. And nevertheless, he went on a podcast that showed proof of a license, which attempted to discredit us while still not providing evidence of the original claim that he was fired. By the way, no one seemed to have noticed within that stream that when he brought up that he had an LLC in New Mexico, his name is Aaron Trevon Sloan SR. SR is senior.
Domestic Limited Liability Company, State of Incorporation, New Mexico. And then he looks like he scrolled down a little bit more so he could show everybody. Aaron Trevon Sloan, Senior, and the address, of course, is blurred out for his safety.
Wait a minute, time out. Yeah, I didn't even know. Yeah, that is such if there's a senior, then there's definitely a junior, right? So either this is Aaron's dad and Aaron Sloan we're talking about right now is a junior, or maybe this is actually Aaron Sloan's company and no, never mind. No, because that wouldn't work. Never mind. No, this had to be somebody else, bro. Yeah, there's somebody else. I tried to make it. Didn't work. I tried to make it work because it couldn't be It couldn't be him because Aaron Sloan's he's a junior, not a senior. So it couldn't be referring to his son, right?
And yep, organizer information, all that.
He's telling you right there that he acknowledges fatherhood. But he used that Academy Award-winning victim narrative about us trying to destroy his life with his past. And that's when the narrative switched on me to jumping the gun, to being a backstabber, a traitor, a flip-flopper, a clout chaser, and that I needed to apologize to him. And that's really where everything left off. And, you know, the entire story is absolutely incredible and kind of reminds me of like an ancient Greek parable where now I have to vanquish the monster that I helped create. And I helped.
Yes. Yeah, that's what you got to do. I mean, and honestly, it's just more for your reputation than anything else. Because again, I think mediocre tutorials is not a bad content creator, and I think people that are coming at him right now, it's cheap because they don't want to face the fact that they got lied to and they got played. They don't want to face that, so instead they're just saying, "Oh, well, you owe Aaron an apology because he proved that it was a plumber at least." It's like, yeah, but everybody else that we're saying based off the way he performed on that dating show with the balloons, he was a weirdo, and that's what exactly got proven, that he was weird. And honestly, y'all guys who were defending this guy, y'all basically forced people to expose him, okay? Because the more you defended this guy, the more you went out to all these different platforms saying, "Oh, you take an L because he's right, he showed the card. You take an L, you take it L." The more people are motivated to prove y'all niggas wrong, right? And then they do. And then they dig up all of this evidence proving their claims, making it even worse for Aaron to have to defend. But then y'all are just so dumb. You can't see that you're part of the problem. You are doing this instead of y'all just using common sense. And if some of y'all were actually smart and really cared for the brother, you would say, "Hey, bro, this stuff looks kind of weird and odd. I fuck with your content. I really hope you're helping people. Let's make sure that you stay off of social media for a while, focus on yourself, build your content, and then come back out there with a bang." If y'all actually care for the dude, you wouldn't be going out encouraging other people to dig more shit on him. That's what you all did essentially by trying to defend him. So again, it's one of those things. What is the word for it? I keep forgetting this word, right? But when is it the Streisand effect? Is that the word? No. What is it when you don't want to bring attention to something, but then you take an action against it that ends up bringing attention to it? What is that word? Is it the Streisand effect or is this something else? I don't know. Maybe it's not. Fuck. I gotta go back to fucking English, dog. But you know what I mean? The more y'all were saying y'all took L, the more people wanted to see, okay, well, did we actually take an L? Let's find out. And it turns out, no, they didn't, right? And in fact, y'all, all the proof they brought was against him. Every proof they dug up, right? It didn't help Aaron's case. It was actually against Aaron, right? Even the ID number and the card and everything, right? It just shows that he got his ID as recently as February, which is like 4 or 5 months ago. So again, like all the evidence that was dug up went against his claim. Yet everything y'all said he claimed to have that proved his never materialized. Y'all look crazy. Let's just be real. Yeah, okay, it's the Streisand effect. Okay, I was right. Damn. Sometimes I be doubting myself. And that's sometimes you want to do that, but not all the time, right? But yeah, it is the Streisand effect. Okay, shout out to you.
Helped create him through defending him on my platform. But listen, guys, I want you guys to understand is that I'm pretty much a one-man show here. I'm not a journalist, and I'm damn sure not perfect. I will make mistakes. It actually just happened to Abba and Preach, specifically Abba, when they did that whole Fresh and Fit, Daisy Fit Chen exposure. They had a conversation with the young lady, and then eventually the young lady started to have advances towards Abba, and he had to come back.
Yeah, that was crazy. That I'm not gonna hold y'all, chat. That was crazy. That was crazy, right? And it didn't look good for her cause either, right? Neither was what do you call it, the whatever podcast, all that stuff. None of it looked good for her cause. But at the end of the day, was she an escort? Nobody could prove it. But again, it's one of those things where, yeah, it just didn't look good. And that's the thing with a lot of these things, right? When people do this stuff, that just you're just going against yourself. These things. It's like, again, Aaron not being the smartest of criminal, right? He goes up there, lies, and then starts putting up videos about spending money in the club. He's talking about he want to do free work, but then, you know, he wants to get your money, but then he got fired. Like all these different things. Like, why are you trying to do free work? You got $100,000 in the bank. Go do something with that, right? Same thing with Daisy. Like you literally just had a scandal, right, with Fresh, and now you're going after Abba. It's just optically, it doesn't look good, and then it goes against your case. Even though you're not an escort, those kind of situations just does not look good optic-wise, right? But till this day, no one has been able to prove that, right? But yeah, you know what? Shout out to Jenna G with the 2 says Eno 355 in the chat about Q of A. Get him up. Who is this guy, bro? What does he want? Who's it? Listen, we're almost done with the video. I'll bring you up. We'll talk about it. Whatever you want to talk about, dude. I don't like what's he got going on, bro? We gotta know.
Later and say, hey guys, listen, she may not be as believable as what I thought before, but I will tell you guys what, to receive messages that I wish that you died from cancer, to messages that I should have died with my father is sick. But do understand that I will not be discouraged. Hate cannot break me. I am way too strong for that. And situations like this are only going to make me stronger. I will stop.
I saw the sun and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. That was running through my head when MTR was saying that. I will no longer be shackled. I will no longer. It's like, hey, bro, calm down. It's just like, bro, it's not that deep. You got duped a little bit. It is what it is. Move the fuck on, right? I don't know why we're doing this extra shit. Why do you even sound like that? Hold up, chat. Let me play that one more time. Let me just...
Station with the young lady, and then eventually the young lady started to have advances towards Abba, and he had to come back later and say, hey guys, listen, she may not be as believable as what I thought before, but I will tell you guys what, to receive messages that I wish that you died from cancer, to messages that I should have died with my father is sick.
That's crazy. First of all, that is insane. But MTR, this is what happens when you only deal with a demon. He's a demon. He don't give a fuck about you. He give a fuck about himself, right? And again, like when that cancer situation that MTR had came out, everybody in the entire space came out and was in support. Even our channel, we're in support because it was like, yo, that's crazy. My grandma died of cancer, right? So why are you surprised that someone who's as a degenerate as Aaron would wish that upon you? Right? It's like par for the course. And honestly, it's not something that you really should take seriously. That's why I'm like, why are you even saying, like, bro, if he says that, he's a dirtbag, bro. Fuck him. Like, literally, you can easily just, like, fuck that guy. He's not even taking care of his kids. So fucking what? He wants to talk about you and your dad and wish you went. Like, his soul is already damned. He doesn't know it yet. Okay, so fuck him, right? It is what it is. It's a pathetic thing for him to say. But again, I think the best thing now is just like, you know, like just move on. Like just get move on, right? But this other stuff, like, listen, we already know you're strong. We already know you survived. Like, because it's been a minute since the cancer announcement, and you're doing well. You've overcome. So we see your strength. Your fans can see your strength, and they applaud you for that. They're not gonna forget that. That's why you have such a strong base. For some fucking loser who's a fucking loser in the real world, that's a deadbeat that wishes harm upon you, or your wishes that you ended up like other members of your family or whatever the fuck him to high hell. And all you fucking idiots out here supporting this guy, wishing cancer on somebody else, you're a fucking fuckhead, and you deserve everything that happens to you, to honestly, because cancer is not a fucking joke. All right, so you wishing that on people is like crazy to me. But again, it's just one of those things, bro. He's a demon. What do you expect?
But do understand that I will not be discouraged. Hate cannot break me. I am way too strong for that. And situations like this are only going to make me stronger. I will stop at nothing to create impact. I remain committed to the mission and the purpose of this channel. I will not be silenced. I will speak up for what I believe in. I built 5 years of equity on this platform doing exactly just that. But I've learned that when you're in the spotlight, while at times it'll shine, it may also burn. Yet I'm even more committed to a set of values anchored in integrity as well as accountability. And I've been affirmed by the countless messages from both men and women thanking me for my content over the years, that it has changed some component of their life. I will, however, change the processes around defending somebody. It's like you can have an interview with somebody, but when you get to defending someone, you need to do the prior due diligence beforehand into exactly who they are. Now, this is the
Exactly. I mean, that's literally it. Like, you just gotta do the due diligence. Like, you do your research, figure out who they are, and then, like, you know, move the fuck on with your judgment. That's it. So listen, you learned your lesson. You know, just more research is necessary before we back somebody because they're championing a cause that reminds us of, you know, the gender war fight we're sticking up for. I mean, we gotta stop this. It's getting too much, y'all. We're making ourselves look like clowns with this mess. All right, we need to stop. You can't do it. All right, we got to grow. Okay, so now y'all want to do a call-in show. Let's go ahead and do the call-in show. Okay, let's do 10 minutes on the board. All right, we'll do 10 minutes on the board. Those of you guys who are in America, happy birthday for America. All right, that's coming up tomorrow. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, the link has been pinned. Let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on turtle guy? It's a turtle guy, right? Cowabunga hit ass. What do you think about him? You know, what about the whole situation? Let's talk about it. We got 10 minutes. Let's go, folks. Chat has been pinned. Hey, this Eno guy, whoever the fuck has been talking in the chat, come talk to me right now. Let's go. Right now. Let's go. Right now. You got 5 minutes, bro. Let's go. Hit that link. Let's go. Come on. It's pinned. But again, it's is the Turtle Squad gonna show? Huh? And what's that theme song for the Mutant Turtles, right? Yo, Eno, get up here, bro. You've been talking all that shit in the chat. Get up here. Come on. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Cowabunga head ass. Get up here. Ain't nobody backstage yet. Nobody backstage yet. Come on. What we doing? What we doing? Listen, chat. Let's do this. Let's talk about it, right? I don't know, chat. I don't think he's gonna pop up. It's not gonna happen. All right, but shout out to you guys. Listen, it takes a full shell to be a hero. Okay, now we're just working with half shell. Okay, and it's okay. You can just put that little turtle head back in the shell and where it belongs, and don't ever pop it out again. Okay, and don't come to me about fucking talking about receipts. Who the fuck do you think you are? I gotta come ask you for receipts. Who the fuck do you think you are, bro? Like, are you serious? Just hop on the chat right now. You can talk man to man if you're a person. Let's do it. I gotta reach out to you. I'll be right here. There's the olive branch, bro. Just shut the fuck up, bro. Like, these guys are not serious. It's all a big cap. They're all, again, when it comes down to it, they're the real bitches. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to talk. They don't want to do anything. Like, listen, MTR got more balls than you. How about that? Huh? How about that? MTR got more balls than you fucking weirdo. Hey, don't you ever show up in my chat again talking that shit if you're not willing to back it up. I'm not with that shit, bro. You weird. Shout out to you for being here. What do you guys think about MTR's response? I think it was fucking needed, and the context was definitely beneficial. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I absolutely think Turtle Boy's done. Like, you can't continue to defend this. Like, MTR, you know, he wants to deny he's not a pill popper. I think most of y'all might believe he's a pill popper. It is what the fuck it is, right? Listen, at the end of the day, if even MTR is washing his hands clean and saying, I'm gonna destroy the baby I helped create, he's done. There are no more allies. And who was the other guy? Who was the other guy that was capping for him and lied on his behalf when dude admitted on the receipts he brought in that he may have had a child? He may have had a child. Right? Who's that? Is it kites? Right? Where's the mess from Kites? Nothing. Again, y'all, that bozo got used for clout. That's exactly what he was, a lol cow, which is exactly what a bunch of these guys are, lol cows. All right, you can't trust them. You really can't. Great Pill's back here. Shout out to Great Pill. Let's have a conversation, Great Pill. You're the last one before we close out. What's good, Great Bill? How you doing? Welcome.
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm just gonna make it clear. Me personally, I do think that he's red pill. If anybody just pay attention to just the history, how he brought it from the beginning, because he started out like computers, cameras from like a couple, like way down. Then he started with a great concept. Well, with men and women conversating. That was a great dynamic. And then slowly just saw like a good dynamic of the red pill ideology, where he actually openly said, like, hey, I'm red pill. This is why. This is the conversation. My red pill rage. He went in very context detail about that. The next thing you know, he went on to collaborate with Pearly Things, collaborating with Donovan Sharp, collaborating with all these other people that here on this channel we spoke about, exposed many times. So it's like also now it's like, what's another excuse? So if anybody go look early before, he had a let me save the brother moment where he's conversating about or against Six the Goddess. That was a whole thing. It's like, why are you doing that? And then next thing you know, here it is again, like, hey, let me help the diaper boy. I need to help him when clearly he got issues. Okay, now here it goes again, another issue with the plumber scammer guy. Oh, I wasn't aware. I didn't understand. I didn't do my diligence. But again, just help people out with. He was actually on the dating show. There was flags there. Most people saw that. Mostly the women, because it's like, because again, on his platform, he always talk about logic, awareness. That's his big thing. So if you didn't see the logic and awareness of that, okay, great. Let's move over to when he left from the show, didn't actually get the actual date, went to Instagram, complain, cry, tag all the women. The emotion was crap. Went on, it reached out to Kites. Even Kites noticed it, but Kites didn't expound upon it because Kites said, man, I saw you wilding out on Instagram. That gave me the idea to go check that. After that, you saw everything there. From those two alone, that should give you enough analogies like, you know what? Maybe this guy a little bit unhinged. Maybe he might be a crash out. Maybe let me at least have a conversation behind the scenes to give a little bit more fill out of who this guy is. Shout out to the brother. But you didn't. You left from there, reached out to him, then he come over to your platform, $6K in his Cash App, over raised up between $13, $14, $15 to $16,000 on his GoFundMe. Problematic. So my advice to you, MTR, is before you start bringing, nobody gonna never tell you what to do is your channel. But if you start interviewing people, have a real conversation of who they are. Look into them just a little bit. You don't do no full deep dive because we didn't care about his job history. If he got a job, great. Work, do your thing, take care of responsibilities. If you got a criminal past 5, 10, 3 years ago, and you're not a repeat offender, you're moving on, great. Do you. Nobody cares. But if you have depending on what you've done and you're still doing it, come on, man. And it was two sides to a story because remember, he didn't show proof. He opened up his mouth and told a story. The ex-girlfriend opened up her mouth and shared her story on TikTok, a whole other platform. She didn't come to YouTube. Now it was like, who's lying? She's showing receipts. He wasn't. He just running his mouth. Now stuff actually came up more in depth. Shout to Queen Accountability. It's like, bro.
Yeah, no, you're right, and you were able to put that together in a way that you know it makes sense because like it's a no brainer. You could have easily seen this shit. It's not a surprise or you know they didn't randomly just drop the ball on you. No, this was something that listen. Most people would say, yeah, within a couple seconds on that dating show, that guy's weird, and then just wash their hands of it. That's what I did. I was already done. I'm like,
yeah, we was
weird.
Yeah, it happened.
That was it. And
we was joking about it. We was laughing about it. Yeah.
And the thing, this is what I keep saying, right? Is that Streisand effect. What kept bringing us back is it's the fact that we covered it. People were saying, "Oh, Duke, you're wrong. He was wrong. You guys were taking his L." He was like, "Bro, okay, I'm not even talking about any of that shit you're talking about. I'm talking about what I saw and how he dealt with women. I'm just saying, compared to my experience, it's not what most people.
That's a flag,
right?
You're arguing with women one.
Right.
Arguing with women 2, arguing with women 3.
Yeah,
the fourth one was like, you know what? Fuck it.
It's too sassy. It's way too sassy, bro. Like, listen, like the first woman, I'll give a pass to, right? Because she said, "Oh, I didn't like the chemistry," even though he just walked in. Like, how? There was no conversation, nothing, right? So if he wanted to be sassy with her, fine. Even though I wouldn't agree with it, because you can get your balloon popped by all the other girls, because then they see that sassiness, they're like, "Oh, okay, we're not dealing with this guy." But he started doing it with every single other girl. That's when I realized there was an obvious problem. But shout out to you, Great Bill. Appreciate you coming down, man. We got to do this again. Appreciate it. All right. Hey, bro. Hey, you do any weird shit on the stream, bro? You getting booted. All right. I want to see these receipts you're talking about. What are we talking about?
First off, can you guys hear me?
No, I can barely hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Hello? Let me try to switch over to my laptop.
Huh?
Because I said, let me try to switch over to my laptop. For those who don't know who I am, I'm the guy who made Daphne's accountability anthem. Now, what I wanted to talk about is what she did to me during Men's Health Month.
We not, no. You're not about to do this. We're not talking about what she did to you. No, we're not talking about what she did to you. You said no.
As a college recruiter, this I don't have a YouTube platform.
It don't matter to me.
Violated the FERPA law.
You on a YouTube platform, okay? That don't matter to me if you don't. You said you have receipts on exposing this. You said I did listen to you. You said you had receipts on what she did to you, nigga. We're not here to talk about you. All right, you don't even have a YouTube platform.
What y'all
I don't know
in the chat for, right? Ain't that what y'all put me in the chat for?
What?
Can I please respectably talk, sir?
Okay.
Y'all please
Time out. Okay, let me set the tone here. You're on here because you said you have receipts exposing Queen of Accountability's receipts, right? That's what you said.
No, I said
okay. Then I don't know why I'm talking to you. I'm sorry, bro.
No, that's not what I said.
No,
sir,
but that's the reason why you're here.
Hold
that's
on,
the reason why you're here.
If you will give me 1 second so I can log back in and get on my because my phone is kind of old. So give me a second. So
all right. I'm gonna have you. Yeah. Go back, log back in, and then come back up. All right. Shout out to y'all, chat. I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all could be anywhere in the world right now, but here with dukendon, I appreciate it. And listen, I'm sorry for that. I thought he had receipts. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. But shout out to you guys. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
But ass.